Knowledge checks are a great way for students to interact with your material and a great way for you to see how students are doing, if they are getting that material, or if you need to go in to offer some more support. And today I'm going to show you how to make these from a text material. I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. Started, you see I have my objectives set up for this module. I also have my Chat-GPT. I have my Chat-GPT set up, and I've already got my prompt set up, and I've got it kind of labeled for you. I start out by saying hello, always nice to greet your robot buddy. I then give it our roles. Today we're a team of psychology professors and instructional designers designing elements of an online course. Then I give it the task. We're writing knowledge checks for the textbook material for this module in our forensic psychology class, so it knows exactly what we're doing. Next, I'm going to give it some context. We will provide you our learning objectives and the text of the chapter. Can you create these? And let's see what it says. Oh, they're all kinds of happy. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and start loading in my process. So I'm going to give it some context, and this prompt is very important. First, I will say start context when I begin. So that means my robot buddy is going to know exactly when I'm starting the material that we're going to use to create these knowledge checks. First, I'll give you the objectives and the textbook material. Do not reply, but say, I understand. So it's not going to start spitting out the knowledge checks until it's got all the information. Finally, you'll know when I'm finished when I say end context. I'm going to ask it if it understands. Great, it understands. I'm going to modify the start context a little bit. I'm going to tell it I'm starting my objectives right now, and I've got my objectives in there. I'm not going to say end context just yet. I want it to know that it's getting that. Should respond, I understand. Great. Now comes the fun part. I'm going to go ahead and start the textbook. And I have the textbook set up already. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and start giving it this material. And you see, I did not say end context. Please wait. Now I'm going to have it based on the context that I've given it. And it did hallucinate a little bit. You saw it's trying to summarize, trying to do some other things, but that's okay. I think we can get it back into where we need it. And here we get some of our questions. Now, I'm going to come back and bring back up my objectives to make sure that we are on track. And I'm going to start selecting the ones that I like. And then I'm going to take one more step. I'm going to go ahead and ask it to give me feedback, both positive feedback and negative feedback. I like number 2. I like number 3. I like number 4. And I like number 6. So that was 2, 3, 4, and 6. Let's use 2, 3, 4, and 6. Let's create some correct and incorrect feedback for students. Beautiful. Now let's take a look at these. I want to make sure that they're not directly giving it to the students, I want them to kind of hint at it. So let's make sure. It remembered and it did hint at it. It didn't give it directly, but just kind of hint at it. I'm going to revise the incorrect just one more time. Revise incorrect feedback on these items. Don't give answer, but lead students to it. Beautiful. And now I can start creating my knowledge checks. And I'm going to show you how I do these. I'm in Ultra. You can also, these knowledge checks are specifically for Ultra. I do not believe they exist in the original, though you can create other feedback items for these in original as well. So I'm going to create something. There we go. I'll just create a document. And the option for knowledge checks is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put in a question. Let's do that original one. So question. And again, I have read through this. I did look specifically at these to make sure that these are the right answers. I'm not trusting this blindly. This is a thinking partner with me. It's not going to do my work for me. Perfect. And when I hit save and save again, now students will have the opportunity to check their knowledge against the textbook that they've read. They can practice this multiple times and come back to it. It gives you a chance for them to get feedback both for correct answers and incorrect answers. And sometimes the feedback for the incorrect answers is even more important than a student getting the answer correct. That's where the real learning happens. I hope you've enjoyed this. Our next video will look at how to use video transcripts to do much the same thing, creating questions and knowledge checks that can allow your students to interact with your videos.